Hi there. It's week 7 of training, and I gotta be honest, it was a struggle to get moving this morning. Not really a struggle, but there was a voice in my head trying to say, like, oh, let's do 4 miles instead of 5. Maybe let's not do the hill. I just feel a bit tired, and now that I've started running already this morning, I feel very heavy. My body's heavy, and it's like there's weight in the muscles, and I think that's just the cumulative fatigue from 2 fairly long runs back to back over the weekend, which is to be expected. That's fine. I'm sure by the end of this I'll feel much bouncier, but yeah, I'm about 1.5 miles in now and still not coming to life just yet, let's put it that way. But it's an absolutely gloriously sunny, beautiful morning. I've come out to, I don't know if you can see very well, it's a bit of a hill, it's tiny. I ought to really have driven somewhere, but the way my legs are this morning, that wouldn't have been a good idea. So I'm going to probably run up and down this hill and through these trees a little bit and then head back. So just up here there's a lovely avenue of trees. Oh yeah, there's 2 miles, so I might just hang out here for a little while and then just head back. So I'm all done. Ran up and down the little slope, let's not call it a hill, it was a slope. Ran up and down there a few times, and then actually made it all the way to 5 miles, and it wasn't until the last mile I did actually start to feel a bit lighter and moving a bit easier in the legs. But it's just a bit crap to be feeling less energetic than I was. I think partly it's to do with busyness coming up. Gyms are reopening next week, so my timetable's going from having loads of free time-ish to a lot less, so I'm going to be going back into the gym and teaching classes again, and I think I'm a little bit in a state of not knowing really what I need to do, and that's kind of distracting some of my energy worrying about that. But yeah, I got the run done, and tomorrow is a big one, 10 miles again. See you then. Wednesday morning now, and again today I struggled to get myself out of bed, and as I was getting dressed, negotiating myself down from what's 10 miles on the plan, thinking, oh, I'll just do 8 miles instead maybe. So I think that's maybe a little bit of the fatigue catching up yet. I'm not fully recovering from what's happened before, so then each new session is adding to the fatigue rather than being something fresh that I recover from fresh. So it's actually a little bit cooler weather this morning. It's a bit grey and cool, which is kind of nice, but I also really in the mood for just putting my biggest, thickest hoodie on and sitting and reading for 2 hours. And if I could do that, I know I would feel fresh and ready to run. Actually, if I could have just 2 hours and chill with a coffee and wake up slowly, I'll be fine. But today I have to go and work, so that was a little bit of like anxiety getting up. It's like, oh shit, am I going to have time to do the run? And then you sit there and just think about, am I going to have time? Will I get round before I need to get ready again and go out again? That kind of slows me down. But no, I'm going to just do it, and if I need to stop, I can stop. If I need to, I could potentially add some extra miles later in, but where we are in the training plan, it's not even halfway through yet, and missing a couple of miles isn't going to damage my training overall. It's on the bigger picture, I've been ticking off most of the sessions and recovering well from them, so I think if my body's telling me to stop later on as we go, I will. Let's see. managed to get it done, all 10 miles. Sore legs all the way around, very slow and steady, but it's done, tick in the box. I was questioning whether I would need to stop, and then I figured, well, I think I can still recover from this enough before the next run to be able to keep going. It didn't feel like I was damaging anything. So very happy with that. The sun's come out to play as well, and now it's on with the rest of the day. So Friday morning has arrived, and as you can see, it's beautifully clear, blue sky, sunny day again. And the target for today's run is 7 miles, and I've literally just stood here for a moment and debated, do I want to do this after work at the end of the day instead? And the answer to that is no, because tomorrow is 20 miles on the plan. So the answer is yes, I would rather leave it till later in the day because my legs are very sore, but no, I'd rather not do it immediately before a 20 miler tomorrow. So I'm going to try and push through this morning and see how far I get. As suspected, it's really hard going. Actually, my heart rate's staying low, so it's not that, it's just real soreness through the legs. I did a lot of yoga yesterday. First couple of minutes were really tough, but I'm moving now. I don't think I'm going to do the full distance today. Chopping a couple of miles off the end isn't going to make a huge difference to the overall training plan. Five miles, not 7. I could have kept going, so the legs woke up enough, but I was going so slow. For 5 miles, that was really slow, lots of walking, so I was getting through it okay. Mentally, I was okay as well. It wasn't like I was really suffering. It was more just a calculation that those 2 miles aren't really necessary. It's more important to save myself 20 minutes of effort now, and that will help my energy levels for the rest of the day. Just doing that a little bit less will be a little bit more recovered for one of the biggest weekends that I've had in a long time in terms of mileage. So, and with everything going on, starting back up at work post-pandemic, well, pandemic's still going on, but with the lockdown off, the gyms now, they're allowed to reopen. I'm going to be a lot busier next week, so I need to manage my energy levels across all things. The weekend has arrived, and it's Saturday, and this weekend I had the invitation to go running with a friend on Sunday, so I've decided to swap my long run and my short run around. So today would have been 5 miles, but I'm going to do 20 instead and save my friend that torture. Or myself the complication of trying to manage 2 runs on one day. Long run today, lots of recovery time this evening, and a short run tomorrow. So I'm going to head up the Thames Path. I don't know if it's up or down, but towards Oxford anyway. It feels like up from here, northwards. And I'm going to take it very slow and eat lots of food along the way. Just finished. I just made it 20 miles. I spent the last few miles of that just walk running. I still feel a bit queasy from about 9 miles in. I started to feel really unsettled in the tummy. I was really worried about being dehydrated. I felt like I didn't have enough to drink with me, and luckily the route I'd planned took me into town, so I went and bought some drinks. Those went down in seconds, which helped massively for a short amount of time, but then soon went back to feeling queasy again. That was a really, really tough run, the toughest run that I've done in a really long time. The humidity didn't help. It's been quite sunny and humid all week, and I think the cumulative effect of that and being underhydrated, I don't think I've been drinking enough during the week, so today it just magnified it. Also, I tried something new with my nutrition. Someone I follow online said they eat Snickers when they go out for their long runs, so I thought, oh, that's different, I'll try that. I don't normally eat those, which maybe was a big mistake, but hey, rather do it on a training run than a race day. At least here I kind of got picked up, and if I'd have needed to. And then the other thing was I noticed my Garmin battery was looking really low, and I was worried it wasn't going to log the whole run, so I decided to give myself permission that if my Garmin stopped I was allowed to as well, but the blasted thing held out to the end, so I did too. Yeah, I really need to rest and recover, and I'm really glad I did that today and not tomorrow when I'm going to be back teaching in the evening, so at least I can do nothing for the rest of the day. Sunday morning, and I've just finished the final run of the week. It felt so good this morning, waking up knowing it was Sunday morning and knowing that my long run had already been done and that the target for today was just 5 miles. And as I think I mentioned, the reason for the switch was to meet a friend this morning, so we've just been up to Blenheim Palace together and run 4 miles up and down, not on the trails but up and down around Blenheim Palace. So that was really nice to get and see again a different space, and to see a friend I haven't seen for ages, and one of my instructor friends who used to come to class. Yeah, so that was really good. Feeling lovely and refreshed now, and this evening I'm back in the gym for the first time, indoors in the gym, teaching my body balance class that I used to have before lockdown is back. So thankfully I'm in a much more energetic state, ready for that this evening, so I better go home and have a shower and get it done.